over the last, probably 6 to 8 months, the landscape's changing. It's always been hard for me to make sure I'm in them squads, and I've got no guarantees, and the anxiety leading up to every selection, and then when I am playing, looking over my shoulder, it starts to weigh heavy on you. I've done that for a long time now, and I was desperate to play in this World Cup, and it was great to be here, but all that rolled into one. I just felt I've given my all, and I don't think I can do that anymore.
Can I ask why now, in terms of the timing of the announcement, with 3 games still to go in a World Cup? Doesn't look like you're going to defend the title by any means, but there are still things to play for, pride to play for. So why now the timing?
Yeah, look, I think towards the back end of the summer, I knew it was always going to be around this time. I knew it was coming. I wasn't sure what my involvement would be in the white ball stuff in England before we came. Made the side here, and I've managed to get into the side and perform. And I just feel that I think there's not very many opportunities in cricket to walk away when the time is right for you. And I really wanted to finish my career, whatever my involvement is in these last 3 games, able to enjoy it and not carrying the weight of this decision, and looking over my shoulder thinking if I'm not performing, I'm out of the side again. And to have played 3 games, and that game against India, full crowd, in a World Cup in India, which I've touched on previously, I walked out to bat there. They were doing a strobe light show, and I thought, as I walked down the steps, I thought, I'm done.
What about the contract situations? Obviously 29 were announced, several headline acts, some getting 3 years, some getting 2 years, Ben only signing a 1 year. The one omission in this World Cup squad was you. Can you just explain the timeline of the conversation that led to you being in the World Cup 15 to come and try and defend the crown, yet not walking into the World Cup with a central contract?
Yeah, look, I think that for me was probably the final nail in the coffin, really, and made my decision a lot easier. But these conversations around contracts all happened before we came out. So when we joined up at Lords, I knew I was the only one that didn't have one. It was difficult. I feel with 2 World Cups in 12 months, knowing my position in the squad, should there be injuries or whatever, I'm a chance. I feel like I'm always a chance. So look, I'm not involved in how these are put together, who selects them. Don't necessarily have to agree with them, but there are decisions that are made, and I have to respect them, and I make decisions based on how I feel around that.
Were you upset, angry? What was the emotions when you found that you weren't going to get one?
Yeah, I think upset, angry, disappointed. But as I said, I respect their decision. Don't have to agree with it, and it made my decision a lot easier.